Evening, guys. um, so tonight I will be just going over the indicator that I'm trying, well, that David has made, but unfortunately he without power. I was going to show it off today for everybody to see, so it'll potentially help you, and so you don't have to do all the marking yourself, like all this. I haven't traded this week. Well, I've had two trades. Not nothing major. Been away all week, so I haven't really got trades to show you. I have, however, got a bit of the indicator that I started making myself, just to show you what like. So let me just pull Discord up here. So no. Yeah, I'm having a few problems with my. I started off with this indicator, and I just got it to a point where I could just pass it to David, so he could code it. And he texted me the other day saying he has done it and he's been working on it. Obviously, we'll still have to fix it and that. So I'll show you what I have got today, so you can. I'm echoing here. Who's that off? Blood. Blood. Mute Sean B. I'm echoing through his mic. Yeah. So what I did is I just looked at all my graphs and charts, worked out what I needed in order to make it easier for everybody to do this without having to um, mark everything out and constantly look at the charts. So obviously it's just a work in progress. I just go on to here, this on. Right, so this is the indicator. Just needs fine tuning a bit, just so you can see what's in it. So these lines here are the liquidity, time frame liquidity. And you can choose the daily, the weekly, the monthly, the 1 hour, or the 4 hourly. Change colors on each one. I only use the 4 hour and the daily. The reason I use the 4 hour is because when I get in a trade after analyzing it, and if you refer to my course or my any of my PDFs, you will see that what I normally say is when you have found your trade, got breaker structure, comes down to touch the POI, and then break the 15-minute, and it comes back down. So the reason I have got this, the reason I use the 4 hour is because when you're entering on the 15 minutes, I have it wrote down. You can target the high, you can target the high here, or you can target the 4 hour. So what I do is look is when say I get into a trade here, I look for these lines. Obviously, This is the daily line, and this is the 4 hour line. So obviously, with markets just trying to find liquidity, this is what I'm going to be aiming for. I mean, this is just an indicator on its own. I've just coded it into this. It's just called high time frame liquidity. I mean, you can go and backtest this, and I've seen a few people trade with it. Um, what happens is they they have it marked out like this. They have it on, and I've seen people use the exactly the same as me. This one daily and 4 hourly. So what happens is in the market, and the way they trade it, and I thought it was a good concept, a good idea, is that price when you if you type it in onto indicators and backtest it, you'll see what I'm on about. So when they've had a break of structure or um, or CTS, what price will normally want to do is head for the closest daily liquidity. If it's gone bullish or the 4 hourly. So obviously that's why if I would have gotten down here, I would have been looking at the 4 hourly. And example on Ethereum, this one, this was targeting broke structure here. Broke structure here. So I was expecting price to come back down to here. Then I was hoping for a 15-minute break, then get in again here and then fly up. Why I still have this limit set. So, but it didn't work. And someone put into the group the other day that they took this trade. Actually, I think they only took down here. Um, so, but this is not like the normal entry. Obviously, this is the high. I was expecting, like I say, this is the high. This is why I marked it out as CTS. Now I've got this. What does it for me? Not exactly where I would write it. That's why David's recoded it. Well, it's recoded it. It's just made CTS lines and that a bit better, I think. And it didn't come down. And remember from my course, what I said is if we only pull down to the 30% mark, then that means the run's not over. But at the same time, I would count this as a valid low because of, and I've said, multiple continuous bearish candles or bullish in an uptrend, I mean downtrend. So I would count this as a valid pullback, but it's not a pullback what I would want to enter. I wouldn't enter off the 30% line. It's in my course, you'll see it all. Um, and a lot of the times if you can't break this 30% line, that means this move is not over yet. So although it was a valid pull, you know the up movement is not finished yet. You don't know. You don't know nothing in trading. You can't be certain, should I say, of anything in trading. But um, it gives you an indication that price has still got. There's still more room to the up. So if I try and this in from there and just remove this fib for 1 second. I'll remove this 1 second. See, this is what I mean about the indicator. If you're traveling up or down, these are the targets, I would say, that price will try and look for because all markets are doing is looking for liquidity take. So what they do is as soon as you see a break, you can look maybe these for coming back down or anything like that. So this is why I found this indicator. Good. if you notice, every time it hits lines, um, liquidity, it pushes the price the other way. So you can see, look, it just every time it hits a line, bounces back the other way, and then took daily liquidity to give it the power to move. So that's why I have this uh, in my indicator. So say sorry. So so that's why I have this uh, in my indicator. So say sorry, Vlad. So so that's why I have this uh, in Vlad. Vlad. Carry on now. So, but this trade here, because the price didn't come back down after a break of structure, price didn't come back down. So I did have an alert here. Came. Then the price only retraced, so to say, back to the 30% line, and then there was daily liquidity just above here. So in my head, I thought it was going to go up, but I wasn't in that trade here. If it would have come down to here, I might have been in and caught that, but I never. So all I could do then was obviously mark this out, continue, mark this out as a break. That's the most significant when we was here. Um, was at these two candles here. I knew that that was going to be the highest point at that time. This was a genuine pullback, multiple candles. Um, so then all I had to do then was wait for a break of this line. Um, wait for a break of this line, and then see when it ended. So now you can see here you've got multiple candles, but we've left liquidity above. We're leaving liquidity all the way across. So this is on the 1 hourly. After this pullback starts, there's no institutional candle here. But if I was in the trade from here, this is what I got stopped out on before, and I would have still been in this trade. I would have rode this, um, or I would have just collected here and carried on, trying to get in, trying to get in, trying to get in again, just leaving so much on my trade. So if I was in the trade, I treat it as though I was in the trade. So would be on then the 15-minute. And this is what I saw on the 15 minutes. So that's the CTS on the 1 hourly. And if you drop in time frames, there is candle, what you could have potentially got in on from this move. So when you start seeing this coming down, then you can Fibonacci tool, and here you have candle, this one here. So you can call this Y, but it's small. Set a limit order just above or 30% when those candles are small compared to like some of the hourly candles. I mean, that's an hourly candle. Look at the size of that compared to that minute. Completely different size. So obviously you're going to get reward. So this is marked out with price has just come in and touched it. Normally, price will come here, bounce out. There was strong buying here because you can see by the size of the wick. So then, what when you're in the trade, then and then go to the four target highs. But obviously, you've been in a bearish, you broke. So you're above this. You're above this high, this one. So there's no point. There's no other target to go for. Closest target there is probably this one. And if you look, indicator, if this is the high, because obviously it's three continuous candles, you could target that and then look what is directly there. There is 4 hour and daily liquidity to target. But the gap here, obviously this was always going to be a good trade because it has to fill all this gap. So that's why mark just below pops of this, or the closers, should I say. You are the trade. And look, there's new lines getting made. So obviously you're just trying to target this liquidity all the time, and then it hits it nicely there. Nice big rejection from it, but it's the target nicely. So that is the first thing, and obviously I just keep these lines in consideration because one of the rules I've got in my course is there needs to be a reason for the trade to hit the point, or there needs to be a reason for the trade to work. And obviously, this is a reason because we're just trying to target the liquidity, and it happens everywhere. What I tend to see, what I tend to normally do, how I normally trade these is if there's liquidity, if we're in the middle of some liquidity, whichever one we're closest to, wherever you think people will buy, um, if you think people will buy and put the stop loss under here and there's liquidity here from my indicator, then more than likely it will travel down to here. So I always keep this in mind, these liquidity levels in mind. And obviously, there's liquidity there just by looking, but it just shows you quickly. It's pretty easy to identify. So the next thing that's in there, imbalance, and I got it from Balance Finder. Obviously, can colour as you want it, so that's your bearish liquidity. Also, this is what I'm trying to. This is what David's done for me. Well, I've asked him to do it. He's worked on it. So if you notice the CTS at the minute, the BOS on my indicator is not matching up to. It's not matching up to what my rule set would be. So this is on candle close. There's wicks, and I've like to ignore wicks and two candle closes, which this is two candle closes, two bullish candle closes. So it is obviously a valid, it's a valid CTS, not a strong CTS, but it's a valid one. Um, but trying to hoping David's changed it for me because you see there's still a couple of icks with it, um, like this breaker structure. I don't want it to mark stuff like this. Like I say, it has to be two candles. This is marked out nicely. Um, but this is my manual marking. This is for the hourly. So obviously for me, that would be my CTS, and that be US. So if we're not breaking the CTS, can be sure to come down and test the BOS. So, but if you notice the indicator, turn that off. These are my markings. This is how I would mark. Um, and this is just marking all and all structures. Whereas you want it to mark, take them as the signs. So that's what I'm wanting to do. I'm wanting price to come and trace into here instead of just putting all these regular structure lines in the middle. I want them doing it here. Sometimes it marks them out perfectly, and sometimes, yeah, just have to see. So now there's an option to show tracement levels. At the minute, it's only showing this one, 50. I think I have asked David to put in all the levels I have here, the 30, so then you know not to the move's not over. 50 for the equilibrium, and then this one in between here for the entry zone or the POI zone, the place where we're going to be interested in buying or selling from that retracement level. So let me just ADA. Now ADA is being cut this month perfectly. You remember from my last stream about replay these trades, and some worked, some of them didn't. One didn't work, never hit. Perfect. Would have thought on price getting to here, thought would have been reversing then, and then pulling back down. So did have this out, but when price got to here, that's what it's targeted originally. That was targeting the target key level. How was it? In a reaction from that to bounce down. Obviously, we flew straight through it. Um, I didn't get in. I haven't been in any trades near this. So also been trading forex this week. Had one on here. Had one on here. I had that marked out there. but we never went to it. I got in. Um, I did mark out this. It wasn't a massive trade. Massive. I didn't put massive amounts on it. I only started doing it this week, but um,
They're not exactly on board with that philosophy yet, but we're working.
so if you remember from the course last week, I mean the video last week, I was talking about breaker structure POIs and breaker structure bouncers. Um, this worked. Obviously, I've been away and I've been busy. I do have my phone on me and I do check it, but it's not very good on a phone because you probably only see you probably see that much on a phone, so it's not very ideal. So for this, I did get in here. We had this break a structure here. We had a break down and then a break back up. We had a break. We had a break down and a break back up. But if you notice, this has been a key level for so many times. Been hit multiple times on this. So what I did with this is I watched this retracement all the way back down. I was expecting it to hit here, but it hit just filled this full imbalance, filled that full imbalance, and then went on to the next one. There was still an imbalance, a bit of imbalance here left. So I was still expecting price to come down and touch my POI. It never touched it. So as soon as I started seeing this pull back up, I counted it as that it's retraced enough, because if you can look, it's retraced into the zone. But this was the last. This was the candle that I chose, because obviously you can see straight up. There's no bearish candle just before, so I just thought I'd catch this. Was the last candle that closed that was inside it. So I counted this when I seen it going up on the 15-minute, because you're watching this back on the 15-minute. So I seen it going back up. So then I instantly marked this as the 15-minute breaker structure. And then when I seen these two candles coming down, fibbed from this low to this high. And there's there's this candle here, this one, not this one, because if you look closely, this is the one that closed last in the discount zone. If you would have took this one, you would have probably been stopped out by just a bit. But so that's why I chose this one. It was in there. I set my limit here. This one, though, this wick when it came in, that didn't put me in the trade. This one did. Um, so I was in, and I was trying to target this sell zone because of this massive breakdown, this massive breaker structure down. So to get that target there, obviously I just seen the breaker structure down and I just fibbed from there to there, found the last bearish candle on the hourly. This is on 15 minutes. So just quickly change to the hourly so you can see. So you can see here, this is the last. Just change it to 30 minutes. That's not a very clean candle. So you can see this here is the candle that would be the selling zone. See, it's come up. It's come up and tested. Hasn't gone into it, but it's tested. Same as this here. It didn't go into it, but it's come down and tested. Orders and shot back up. So the reason that's how I got that as a target. It's the reward of 18. Um, however, I didn't take that consideration. I seen slight imbalances and I seen that big move. That's why I chose the POI. So if I would have targeted this, it would have been a win. Recent high, um, target the recent high on the 15 minutes. If we save, you can target the hourly high, 4 hourly high, or you can target the sell zone or distance area. But as you can see, it went up. And I did think that we was going to easily do it, but obviously down killed me. Went down some more. Then having, if I would have kept looking at this market, I could have set a limit order this key level. So if I would have, but I wasn't watching the market after I got stopped out. That were it. I tried it, killed me. So could have get here, tried and entered here, give myself some stop loss. And see, eventually it did go to the target. I just probably just bad luck, really. I think um, everything was there, everything was placed out nicely. The trade would have worked. I had the best chance of that trade working. Obviously, it didn't. It's that after, but see, it straight to the target after. So that's what normally when I get in a trade, that's what it does. Instead of hitting that, stopping me out, normally it hits it like this and goes straight up. Um, to the trade. So what I've been is I've been going through I'm only trading these 6 pairs. So been going across them all through the week, leaving myself some little bits of drawings and that, just so get BTC is the one who's got all these alerts because we're such a massive together. There's key level there, interest, expecting price to go down to try and this these points here. I think that we well, don't know neither, but I'm hoping that we I can get in a short soon and target all these. See if I put back on all those. This look is underneath from the pump we've had. So much targets to hit. People's stop losses will be at each one of these levels, obviously on all different time frames. So they'll be all it'll come down to collect this. Not saying it's got to, but I would be expecting that. Because when you keep moving here, you see all these are really close together. So market makers can earn some money here. Look how close these are, just below before we started. I think there's the 31st of December. There's so much here. So it's a bit like volume profile. This um, look, pointer control is here, and all the liquidity is just underneath it. Obviously, this is where everyone's stop losses are. That's why I've got so much going off down here. This is all on different time frames. It's not all on the hour minutes and that. So I'm expecting to try and get in a short to come down here, collect all that, because see, this is easier to grab. You start going up, bigger gaps. So obviously the course now on my Discord channel. I haven't really got much more to add to it. All my info is there, all my trades are there, all the info you need. These are all actually trades I've taken. So I am now about done with this course. But there is another one to complement it, and I've just touched upon it just briefly in the last two streams, and that is the key levels. That is when I'm telling you about these. That is when I'm telling you about the key levels. Which is it's combining smart money and just normal retail money, just like your normal order blocks and that. That'll be the next thing that I do, and then when you add it together, it's like to a backup plan. It's gone. I've lost it. So basically, all a key level would be is just like your so just something, just a support and resistance zone. So if you add that with smart money, so you've got, I don't know if you watch my last stream, but so if you've got balances being filled in here, thing to mark then would be the key level. There's no imbalance or it's being filled, the thing to mark will be the key level to try and enter. But this, obviously, this key level, uh, just to say you had POI here. Say you had a POI here, go and mark out the key level also. So you can mark out the key level also, because if this one fails, and obviously the next spot you've got is like a second chance for it to go. People decide that people who are in control decide that they want to kill everybody from here. They've also got this last zone as a backup, but all along you're still looking for touch on the hourly, and then break of structure on 15 minutes. Then price to come down, yeah, POI in this area, and then go up. It's still the same process. Now if price came down to the key level, It doesn't mean you looked for two key levels. Would enter off of this. It's just like an OG order block. Um, but after it's hit a key level, you would still look for minute structure, and you would still look for POI. So it's key level and a POI after. This one is POI and POI. So POIs are for imbalances, and key levels for no imbalance or imbalance already filled. So just look. So for me, I'm going to be looking for either cross. So for me, for my BTC, I'm either going to be looking at price coming off here, maybe catching this bit of liquidity, and then coming down. Obviously, price is so close to it, um, easily catch that and then come down. Would expect price to be to test this or bouncing from this area, but this doesn't mean I'm going to be in a trade from this area. Will then have my eyes. I don't mark everything out. I only mark everything out because I need to. People need to show people. So if we're counting this as a valid pullback, obviously this with the continue. And the lowest point will be, so for me, if I get another break, if I get a break of structure on the high time frame here to the down, I will be, I was going to try here, look, but price hit it here first time, hit it, and it rejected. So I thought this is where it's going to go down now. Flew straight through it. So obviously I'd be waiting for a double confirmation before I enter the trade anyway. But I would be targeting this, this. If I can get in a short, be holding the shorts at least down to the, which is far compared to what we've done. Quite a lot to fill, quite a lot of imbalance. So everything's going so got massive imbalances, fill, touched. So I'm expecting alerts here, big imbalance, so big gap. Then alerts here, got imbalances and everywhere. Obviously, it's just a big gap. So I'm expecting if price can break structure to the down, I'm expecting if it comes down to here, it can fly down and fill all these gaps in. So the trade potentially be going down to here. Most definitely, we're looking at this area first. I don't really take multiples. If I keep an eye on the trade, get a break, structure back to the up, I will be. I'll just manually take it then. Right. But that's what I would be expecting for my trade. I haven't really traded this week at all because we've just carried on going and say I've had positions that have not been touched. I've marked them out. I've had them marked out ready for me, waiting to see if I can get in, but nothing's been every time. I wanted a pullback. it's not pulled back enough. Pulled back to there's no candle there for me to get in. See, I'm waiting for price for this area. Not coming to it. It's coming to equilibrium, but nothing clear here. It's trade off of. You get loads of wicks and everything here. This isn't a very strong move down. There's no imbalances. Then you get and then you're pushing straight back up, getting smart money involved in this bit of market. So only option is if these worked for me. Got stopped out by happen on both BTC and Ethereum. And then look, that's from my wise. Literally stops me out a tiny bit and went to me being a bit tight when we stop loss. I don't know, but I would missed out on this and I missed out on BTC in the exact same fashion. Stop dollars as well. What's happened? Obviously, I was in the right place. Missed up. Move. So, I mean, just wait for it. I have been messing about on Forex. Hitting key levels. Messing up about POIs, key levels. And there's ways to do the key levels for your stop losses and that. There is an actual way for it. Whereas you see the wicks here, solid there. So be stop loss then. That's just all today. This live today. Say I've not got no ship trades to show you, no major anyway. Wood. Moz, this indicator, show you this. This indicator, the way you want, if you're on about mine, this one, that's this is what I've done myself. I've just passed all my code over to David because I'm not happy with some of the, obviously some of the CTS lines here. If you revert to my course, you'll see that this for me would not be valid CTS line, would go all the way over to here. That wouldn't be a valid CTS, but this is just marking out like this. I mean, I've tried coding out. So now he's done an updated version, but he's had a power cut. He's having problems. So is Will. So none of them are here today. Today was going to be the day that David was going to give me, going to show my indicator off. Technical issues, he can't help me out. But there will be SMC scopes. It will be available as soon as David's back and running. Obviously, it's a brand new indicator, so we'll need some tweaking. And obviously, you'll just do the same as you do with David's indicators. If there's any problems with it, you either tell me or you tell David, or have any suggestions for it. But pretty much, I've got all the rules. David's got all the rules to what I've done through all the way through this course, this study. So we'll just keep working with it, and he's got everything from here. Um, and every rule from these, it's got every rule. So just keep working with it bit at a bit. And then hopefully we can turn it into a strategy later on down the line. If we can get all the entries right, I'd love to see this as a strategy. I've spent so much time on this, learning it, uh, trading it, back testing. It don't work every single time. Nothing works every single time, but I think it's a pretty solid. I think it's a pretty solid trading strategy. I think it's a pretty solid trading plan. Some trades you get, they're absolutely ridiculous, but you do miss quite a few trades as well. So I'm not just going to say you're getting the look at size of these trades, and you do lose trades. But compared to when you're getting in trades like this, uh, it's pretty solid. I like it quite a lot. It's probably one of the best ones I've used. Far. Best ones I've learned anyway. And I learned all this from courses I've paid for, studied, um, and there's a couple of bits in here from like different people who I've studied or who I've learned off, or courses I've paid. So I mean, smart money is kind of all the same. Um, it just people use different names for it and that. So let me just show you this what I went through. So let me just show you this. These are obviously how I want the indicator to work. Um, I forget what coin this is on. It's on January the 15th, I think. So this is how I wanted it to work, the indicator. So David's got this as well. So obviously they touch on the hour, you're marking out your 15-minute break. Obviously this here, zoom in, but this is like just wicks through. That's why I've marked it as not a valid break. This one is multiple wicks through, valid break. Then we'll push up. Then I can fib from this low to this high. Um, find the institutional candle, set a limit order, and wait for price to go. See this red box here? Obviously, range. It's not broke this, and it's not broke this. So anything in between, when you're at this high and this low, you're waiting for this level to be broke or that level to be broke cleanly, or you know, for you to be trading. When it does this, don't like to trade it. You just lose much. You just lose too much. No, because I've lost money in ranges. So for me, I just set this. This is my POI on the 15 minutes. And this is targeting the 1 hour structure or the 4 hour structure. They were both pretty much the same. Put a green line straight across, target it. So that's how I'm doing it. I'm not constantly watching. If I get the break, I'll set an alert here. Touch on the 1 hour. Mark the 15 minutes. Set an alert on that 15-minute break of structure. When I get an alert to my phone because I'm on my out, then I can keep an eye on it. Then I don't watch it continuously. I mean, you've got loads of time. I mean, this would have been probably been about 3 hours to start pulling back down. So then when I start seeing a pull back down here, that's when I fib from there to there, find that candle there, and I just set a limit order. And as you can see, it nicely goes up, targeting the structure, hour or 4 hour, like I said. Or you can just target when you get in, you can just target this high. It's up to you what you're happy with. This was a 16.2 risk to reward with a zero point 0.4 stop loss. Uh, Some of the stop losses are a lot less than this, but a lot of the times when they're that small, you do get stopped out quite often. Watch your trade go back in. So, I mean, whatever you learn, whatever you listen to, or whatever you watch, or whatever you try and trade from this course, obviously you can try and you can make. I'm not saying you make your own rules because this is obviously it's not set in stone. Everyone has their own trading styles. What they'll be happy with, the stop loss they'll be happy with, the leverage they use. Everyone has their own ideas. So this is just like kind of a guide to what I've learned and to what I use and to what I trade. If you want to add bigger stop losses than that, that's entirely up to you. So anyway, that's about all I've got for tonight. Check if there's any more. Is there any more questions? Oh, here we go. Right. You're not Sean. You're not in the course. I'll add you to it. I'll add you to it now. Yeah. So sorry, I'm so super slow today. My PC's acting like it. Right, Wally. I will. Sean, 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 right, Sean, you're in. You're in, Sean. Yes. Yeah, I'm just going to be adding people tonight. Right, yeah, give me a second. Rick, read.dbs. Um, but there's all these this scopes chat, and you'll see other users. You'll see other users analyzations. You'll see other users trades. There's people here trading. It's just trading in general. So there's this scopes chat as well. This was the first one, SMC scopes. That got absolutely overrun. You can go through that and you can start from top and you can see other people's analyzations and see how they've traded and what they've gone through and the questions they've asked, and it'll give you a better idea. Because I'm not always on Discord or always at my PC. But this scopes chart, this one here with the hashtag on it, this one is what I'm going to be trying to move across to shortly. I might just leave that there anyway because there's quite a lot of info in there from everybody asking. I'll have a look in a minute, Barry. So I need to add Barry and Rick S. Risk. Right, I've added you now. Let me just. So, sure. So, yeah, I've added you now. What's this? This is Vlad. Take them vertical lines off. Them boxes. Horrible on a chart. So you have a look on BTC now. So you've got loads of time anyway. You don't need to rush when it hits. Nice. Is that sense? Replay that a second. Yeah, no, it's not took there. You can see it's gone up to it. It's an equal high in. So now then, because we've hit this key level, I'll just quickly show you. I'll just quickly go over now what my thought process now will be. So we've hit look at the reason I've marked it out as because look at the massive drop down here. They'll just like obliterated a couple of days worth of quite a few days worth of climbing. Inevitable to fill these imbalances anyway. But from that, I would have expected it. Just this is what how I think. I've had this area marked out at the bottom, but I would have expected price to only come to here and then climb up if it was going to still carry on going up from this break. So, but the massive pressure came in. Obviously, mark these out. This is just the liquidity of that sell zone. So now what I look for, I don't enter on these because obviously these are the high time frames. So size that imbalance as well. So you know, with these daily liquidities here, it's not took this daily liquidity. It's put an equal high in, around about an equal high just below. Obviously, you can see. Um, so I would expect price could easily flash through and hit one of these, but this is why I keep an eye on this area. So what I do then is wait for a break of structure um, on this area. Just, so what I do now is wait. That is obviously a break of structure, and at the minute you don't know yet, but if this carries on going down, you can safely mark that as continue. So now, if we get multiple bearish candles on the hourly, um, you know that. So if we get bearish candles, you know that that is going to be the highest points, or that is the a valid level. Then, so obviously, if you just look here, 1, 2, 3, bearish, pulling back into this area. So that then there, that line from there across, that would be your continual structure. Obviously, in a range straight after there, though, straight after it's hit. So what I would be looking at now is this in this area, in this range. If we can get now, and we don't know yet, like I say, we don't know yet if this is the last high, could easily come up here. So let's just say for this time's sake, there's two bearish candles here continuously, or three or four, whatever you want to call it. So what I would be looking at then is knowing that this then is your break of structure line, and knowing that this then is your continue the structure line. Move this key level out of the way a minute. It's easy for you to see. So that's potentially what you're looking for. If we get two bearishes now, then you know that this is a valid continue. So if you come down, pull back, and you can get in on a low time frame here, from like say just quickly go over it now. So like here you've got, I don't mark these candles with wicks. I don't mark them out as an IC, but for this sake, I'm just going to mark this out for you, just to show you how I do it. So what I'm going to be doing now is so what I would do now is I'd be just say I'm in the hourly. This is the point of interest on the hour. It's the last opposite candle from the trend. Um, to whichever way it's going. Sorry, it's the last opposite. It's just same as like an order block, an original order block. But obviously, it's in the 61.8 80% mark. There's imbalance here, so you could expect price to come down and fill these imbalances. Don't happen all the time because we've got all this imbalance down here not filled yet. So I don't know why my PC is working so slow. There you go. So if it touches that, then I would drop to the 15-minute time frame. This is on 30 a minute just to get just to get like a spot where it's got a bearish candle. But then if you're on the hourly, you change to the 15 minutes and you see this pullback in the 15 minutes. You touch the hourly. So then this would be, Jesus Christ, what's that? This is your break of structure on the 15 minutes. You've got your break of structure on the hourly because you're bullish on the hour. You're only on a pullback on the hour. But if you watch this on the 15 minutes, this would be bearish on the 15 minutes. So what happens then is wait for a break of that. Then wait for two candles to two bearish candles to form. Find an institutional candle in this area. Set a limit order in this area. As soon as I see, and then you can target that high. Stop loss there. But you don't know. So I keep saying, but you never know with trading. But that's the concept of it. Hopefully, this breakout wave on the 15 minutes, because you're bullish on the hourly, you're just doing a pullback on the hourly, but you're still bullish because this. If you break this, then you've switched to bearish on the hourly. But anything in between, it's just a pullback. Then if you're getting the break on 15 minutes, that means then your 15 minutes, what was bearish on this hourly pullback, is now in sync with the hourly. So now you are the hourly and the 15 minutes, the high time frame and the low time frame are now bullish. So yeah, that's where I would have a limit order. You can target recent high, and as you can see, if I would have gone on here, yeah. So if you can see, this is a 9 risk to reward because if you would have jumped in on the hourly, and the hourly obviously is risky because you don't know what's going to happen there. When you get a breaker structure on the 15 minutes, then you know that, obviously you're going back up, high and low time frames going back up. So the reason you do the 15-minute one as well is because you've got a double confirmation and you've got a better risk to reward. So you've got an 18.76 target in the same area, but on the hourly you've got a 9.98. So you've got just under a 10, and you've got just under 19. So that's why I enter on the time frame. But you've got double confirmation. You've broke structure on the 15 minutes to the up. So then you're waiting for the retracement back into there, and then there for a 19. That's if that's how it plays. Obviously, these don't take this line as it's going to. That's the point. And if you want to just sec, just to show you this. This is the rules. The rules are all in here. All these red lines. The rules are all in here. Exactly what I've said. That's exactly. Wait for the wait for the structure. highs, 1 hour highly, the recent 1 hour high. Um, One, you can go further, you can go longer because you don't forget that when this high here is the same as this high, the CTS, so you're going to continue. So you know at least the price can at least go up towards that as a target. Uh, but anything after that, you don't know because you never know what market's going to do. You can't predict the future. If I predict the future, I won't be here now. So yeah, let me just quickly check questions. uh, no, do I? Well, let me yeah, it was yeah. Right, yes. Do you trade any weekends? Sean, I'll trade any if I see an opportunity, I'll trade it. Obviously, forex I won't. Can't. But I've had positions open from Friday all the way till Wednesday. On BTC. But I've got massive gains off of them. Um, it, Obviously the weekends are slow, no volume, but you've already if you've marked something out what you've been waiting for ages, or not ages, but you've been waiting, you've had it marked out for a couple of days, and we've checked all the coins and you've charted them up. If it's hit your level. There's no point not carrying on forward because by the time it goes up again, by the time it does it hits your second POI, it breaks structure on the 15 minutes. It could then that could be then take you to Tuesday, until it hits it because it just could range for a couple of days. So for me, if I see an opportunity, I'll trade it. Um, there's if you probably won't have seen this, but this is from ADA from 1st of January. Don't matter what day it is. If you marked all this up and you're gonna get in. If you've set a limit order, you're gonna get in regardless, aren't you? So it don't matter to me what day it is. I'm not too particularly interested in trading weekends, but if it if it hits an area and it gives me my entry criteria, if it's been met, then I will enter. With so like this one here. Obviously, it touched the hourly. I marked out the last. I marked out the breaker structure. When it broke that, waited for like a pullback to start. Marked out the 15 minute. Um, 61.8 and 80%. Set a limit order, and then obviously, don't matter what day that is. If it's a Saturday and it hits you, it's still going to enter you. So for me, it don't matter what day it is. Um, Scopes, will you only consider entering the second? Um, Not really. I've took trades on the hourly. Got got I have got here. Look, I've got uh, examples and some trades I've taken. I've took on the hourly POI. So you can like this one. This is in my scopes, SMC scope chat. Well, it's in all these channels. I literally made this for everybody to see, just to see the process of it. Touch to boom, boom, all in order. So this one, number 3, you can enter on 30% of the hourly IC. It's more risky as not all the time frames are facing the same way. Obviously, the 1 hour is bullish because that's bullish. This is a pullback or whatever. And then the 15 minutes is bearish. So this would just be a straight line up, a straight line down if you're on an hourly. But obviously, I'm on the 15-minute here. So obviously, the 15 minutes bearish and the hourly is bullish. So you can enter on it. And obviously, this would have been a good trade. It would have worked. And I know the target's right up here, but it hits every single target. So you can enter on the hourly, but it's more risky because obviously low time frames bearish, high time frames bullish. So the low time frames and high time frames need each other to work. So yeah, you can enter on what. I am no. I just set that. I just set literally. I just set limit orders. That's it. That's what I do. That's all. I haven't really. To be fair, I haven't even traded much from December, mid December. I just set a limit order. Hits it. Hits it. That's it. So, I think that is about all I've got for today. Unless anyone's got any questions, I'll leave you to it. No problem. Like I say, Rix, Barry, you're in the channel, the course thing. Obviously, it's took me a long time to get all that together. I've watched hours and hours of courses. I've wrote all that course. I've wrote it out 3 different times and typed it up. I've got a book outside of me here. Well, I've got about 5 books outside of me. All I've done, all I do is go through all sorts. My watch list on YouTube is absolutely massive. So I've took courses on Udemy's. I've took courses on all these training sites on the internet, and 99% of them are all paid for. So if you like it, just let me know what you think, and if there's any questions, just put it into this one, Scopes chat. There's the course, there's a chat. Put it into Scopes chat, and you will more than likely get an answer from somebody in here who's been doing it already, or you will get an answer from me. Congratulations to not ESL, Vizio anyway. He's been missing. They've been coming to here, and he's not been getting in, and he's been fuming. But he got this one, 9.1 risk to reward with a 0.17 stop loss. Got it. Yeah, first one he got. Nice one. So right, guys, I am gonna small guys. Small. I'll invite you now, Smug, if you're in here or not. I think I've done it. I don't know. Oh, you've added them, have you? All right, nice. Right, so I think that's about me. Yeah, nice one, Abides. Cheers, man. Cheers, Ricks. Yeah, Barry. There is quite a few videos um, on this. I've done quite a few from beginning to end. Sean, I don't. I have got a tracking app, but I don't really go on to it. This I have took off since can't remember now. Since um, I think since June, I've got multiple accounts. I've got about 9 accounts. I've got one main. I've got one main account, and I've got like quite a few different accounts, all with different brokers or with different amounts of money in. This one, I mean, if you go back to second, if you go back to this is scope setups. This got set up ages and ages ago. I have different accounts because I try all different kinds of smart money. Every time I learn something, I'll write it all down in a book. Everything I found useful, I'll write it all down, and then I'll practice. And the way I practice is I don't put it on test nets. I put it on real money, and I test it on real money. Um, this is all these are different strategies. So for me, my main account is staying there, staying where it is. There's enough in there, to fund me. But these are like my sub accounts, and all this is different trading on different. I've got like I think I've got one, two, three, four. Got about six different smart money ways I trade. But this one, what I'm doing now, by far, is it's the clearest, it's the cleanest, and it just makes more sense. So, I mean, I do lose trades. Um, so it's not like I win all my trades. That was a win, even though it looks like a stop. I entered on a time frame there. This was my first one, my first live stream about all these. So obviously, I've like studied Meta Kaplan. I've studied all these smart money people. They're constantly on my YouTube, and if I find something interesting, I'll try and implement it or use it and test it on one of my accounts. But the and everything I've tried or everything if it's not if it doesn't work from back testing, I will not share it. I won't share it. I won't share shit. I'll just share something that I've made money off or that does work and does happen and something that I have traded real money with. I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to show you something that I'm not traded myself. I'm not going to show you something that I'm not trying myself. Showing you something that does actually work. As you can see, it works. This is that. That's what I traded before. Quasi, breaker block, and exactly. I were in a massive trade here. We've got the quasi, we've got the breaker block, exactly as you see it. I only trade stuff that I have found useful, earned money, or I know that works. I'm not going to just say, I'll just do this and just do this and just do that. And I'm not going to add new rules in. Just trade exactly how I see things, exactly what I do. And you can see the, the this one is so much clearer. What I'm doing now, I just like it. There'll be another time where probably in a month or so I'll find something new, not something new because I always go back to my strategies. I'll go back to this very first one and trade it. If I see something there what I've traded before, I'll try it. I'll do it because I know it works and it's worked for me in the past. And I just trade. That's what I do. But the reason I try so much is because when I come into this group, um, they were just obviously I do I do testing. I was testing all indicators and stuff like that. But I wanted to grow more as myself. I wanted to grow as trading more. Traded a long time ago, but I lost and lost. Give it up. Went back to it, lost. Give it up. Went back to it, lost. I've just kept going and going and going. But like over the last like year or so, I think just 2 years, I've like put quite a bit of work in, quite a bit of studying. First year back, I studied really hard on everything. If I could take a picture of my books now and show you, I've got literally full books full of everything I've wrote for ages. There's stuff that don't even work anymore. That's how long ago I've started writing about it. Um, so everything I trade and everything I do is all it's all been traded by me with real money. So I'm not giving you this was that USD CAD trade I just showed you. Look, dollar put me in, then obviously if stop targeted the highs, I would have probably got a couple of percent on my. I think it worked out at something like I don't know, but I think I got about 1.3%. I was up 1.3% on the balance. sub account balance when I was around here somewhere. Um, a lot of people will collect at 1%. For me, if I was on my main account, I'd be a bit more, um, more a bit more stricter. But these accounts have not got masses and masses in my other accounts, and I've got an account on Binance that's not even. I've not traded because they've took futures off since last year, beginning of last year, should I say? And I've left all my money in there, and it stays in there. I haven't moved it or anything, so I've got loads of accounts. All this, what I'm doing, what I'm showing you, it is traded with real money, not masses amounts, and I just try different stuff all the time. If I see a nice trade set up, I'll go onto a main account or one with more money in it, more money on it, let it roll. So anyway, right, that's about me done. And I will look forward to any questions you've got when you go from the course and that. And for watching and questions tonight. And I hope yeah, well, how can what do you mean? How can we find more setups? Like what time frames? If you want more setups on the reason I use the hourly and the 15-minute is because that's what everybody uses the 15. Not everybody, but um, obviously there is more. Um, there's more. Uh, there's more setups to be got, but have more opportunities. I tell you what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do. I have this is my watch list, and I'll show you now what I do. When I wake up in the morning, weekday, or if I ain't got an hangover, I just go back to the start of this price. So this is what I do. I start off in the morning. I think there's 60 something coins in here, or something like that. I don't look at them all. I don't trade them all. Some of them get kicked out. Some of them don't. So I've got that as watch list, and I've got my 8 cap watch list, and I've got my trading 212 watch list, and I just click through them every morning. So this is what I do in the morning. Just flick it on, and this is how I mark. That's like just mark stuff up. Um, like some coins I don't trade at all. Um, if I see a trade, I'll have a little go on it, but obviously I'll only use a small amount of money. Um, this strategy I'm using at the minute, I've found it works better on the bigger coins, the more established coins, should I say? That's why I've got BTC, Ethereum, and I had ADA, and obviously the forex ones. So this is what I do. I just go through and I just mark out after that. So this is what I do. Mark up like this. So this is one I've just marked more further. So this is why you don't set your limit orders if you just first see, because it just keeps moving. And obviously that POI I've just moved that fib, that was the POI I had marked out. And now the POI has moved and it's to here. And that's the now so be looking at something like what I'd be looking at now. But you don't know until you start moving back, until it starts the pullback. But I just go through all the coins. Some of them I don't trade. If it's not clear, I don't trade it whatsoever. Um, these ones with all these wicks, I won't trade. I'll have a little bash on them every now and again, but I don't really do much with them. If I see something nice and I see something that catches my eye, I'll just jump straight on it. Um, Mark it out, set an alert. That's how I could potentially find more trades. I mean, I'm sure if I go back onto, yeah, look, if I go back onto like history on, go back, my PC is working so slow. If I go back onto like history of stuff, you'd probably see new stuff. This one, let me just, was the last time I looked for Christmas, I think I looked at it. So that's what I do. I just go through these coins and see something, set a limit, or I'll it's what happens after. But trying to put more focus on with these. I'm trying to put more focus on forex and just stocks and that. They just work super. Um, yeah, super, but they work good on here. Been back testing it, but back testing and forward testing. All that. One sec. So I think GBP obviously is written is what how I've done it, and like just like ADA, what I showed you, Cardona. When you catch a trade, you can just catch win after win. Um, some of them are really nice. Some of them are wicked out. Um, Here's one if you would have joined in on the hourly. That's a 30 risk to reward, targeting just underneath the 4-hour structure. And that's the first entry. That's where it's hit the entry. So then I mark my breaker structure on the 15 minutes. Comes down, wicks in, breaker structure. So then obviously go down in time frames. And then this would be my second POI. So this would initially be where I would have entered there, stop loss just below. Then targeting this exact same place as this. POI was so small on here. POI was so small on here. It wasn't super small to be fair, but it was small enough. And enter on the hourly. Have a dig on the hourly. But I normally wait for this second one. This one were a good one, exactly the same. Can't really see because I'm on 4-hour time frame, but there's a breaker structure in there on the 15 minutes, and it went. Yeah, these are all. I mean, you can backtest everything you learn on here, and you'll see. It just depends how much you're willing to put in and how much time you're going to put in. There you go, another one here. Look, touch the POI. This is from there to there. This is an IC candle on a lower time frame. I know it says hourly, but that's only templates I've got marked up hourly, 4-hour and 5 minutes. But as you can see here, there is a breaker structure in there. Then so I've fibbed from there to there on the 15-minute time frame. Found this as the POI limit order, targeting highs, T25 reward. The same everywhere. Um, just it works. Wow, what's going on? So yeah, um, works a treat. So, oh, right, guys, I think that's about for more coins. Go for more coins, or see something over it. But don't forget, if you in a month, if you're getting like if you're having like three trades in a month, and you're getting them kind of risk to rewards, you can potentially be getting 20% gain on account every every month. Um, I think it's just about being patient, maybe, to get the trades. Why would you want more trades when you can like get the quality ones? You know, I mean, everyone wants to trade. It'd be nice to get loads of quality trades, but trading's not that kind of it's not that kind of game. You're not going to get a quality trade all the time, so you can look for other coins. But for me, I just keep to um keep to what I know, the basic, and I know you can gain accounts. I mean, I've had an account, a sub account, and I think it was late last year. It didn't have a lot of money in it, but I made 86% or something on the account. I know it was a sub account, but I made 86% on the account within a matter of no time. Um, and that was on a sub account. It doesn't happen all the time, and I get stopped out quite a lot. But I had a good run, and I had something like 86% gain on account for a sub as well. Easy on a sub, but on a main, I wouldn't be getting that sort of gain anyway. But I wouldn't be trying to get that sort of gain really. To be fair, so right, guys, I'm going. Any questions before I leave? Going once, going twice. Gone. Right, Vlad, I'm going. You want to stop the recording? Cheers, guys. See you later.